various multinational companies. He's a member of CITG's technical committee. He's the president of the Impact Ministry at Trinity Baptist Legon. He has spoken at several leadership and mentorship conferences, including TEDx Laboni, career conferences at several churches, and the National Association of African American Honors Program in the USA. In his spare time, he loves to watch soccer and comedy movies. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we welcome Mr. Ken Fifi Ama.
Thank you very much, Madam Ethel, and thank you very much for inviting me to be the keynote speaker for this wonderful session. I have 30 minutes and it's 1:07. So by 1:37, I'm here. Strategic business growth, right? And I'm going to make it very practical and interactive as well, because I do a lot of consulting for businesses, both local and international. Maybe I have some few things that I can share with you. When it comes to seminars like this, sometimes there's information overload. You are here so many things, so you are getting a little bit confused. What should I do? What should I not do? And all of that. It can be a bit confusing, combining technical knowledge, experience, and intuition. Some of the things that happens in business are spiritual. It's just gut feeling. It's not based on any books. It's not based on any experience. It's purely gut feeling. You cannot explain it. So there's an element of business that goes to spirituality. Some call it gut feeling. Americans call it gut feeling. In Ghana, you hear more of intuition. Some people use hunch. Some will use feeling. I just felt like taking this risk. Those who know FedEx, FedEx is one of those postal services. FedEx actually took a gamble. He took a bet. This is last money for a bet. And out of the proceeds, we got FedEx. I can't use that experience to tell you that you go and take a bet and go and do FedEx. So there are a lot of things in business that can be case on case, and that may not be generic to apply to everyone. Everyone will have their own specific experience in business. But again, there's a few things that cut across that we can discuss, like what Madam showed to us, knowledge. In the past, they will tell us that what you don't know will not kill you. It's not true. What you don't know will kill you. If you go and drink poison and you don't know it's poison, it will kill you. So you need information. You need information to succeed in the various businesses that you find yourself. You need knowledge. You have to be technically competent in whatever you are doing. Dr. Martin Luther King said something one time ago. He said that even if you are a sweeper, sweep so well that let people say that this person was a great sweeper. So whatever you are doing, whatever you find yourself to make sure that you are technically competent, that your name is mentioned in other places for referrals. One of the things that makes businesses grow so much is referrals. When you do a good job, and it's amazing and it's fantastic, people go out and sell me and tell others that I have gone here and what I saw, go and see. But if you do business and you don't put your all in it and it does not do well, it's the same people who sell bad of you. So it's very important to really invest in your craft. I'll begin with time management, and I'll go talk about some of the generic things about business. There's a technical aspect, which I believe most have been done already, and there's the soft skills aspect, which I will deal with that in a short period of time. In an examination hall, an invigilator sat down and watched the students after writing the examination. And he said, behind you is a clock. And when you look at the clock, it is ticking. And as time is ticking, time is passing. As you sit there, are you also passing? So, life is made of time. And what you do with your time determines how much value you bring to it. As a matter of fact, I value wealth in time. Let me give a practical example. A businessman called me for consultancy between 7 and 9. And between the 7 and 9, he was going to pay me very well for that consultation business. Within 7 and 9, my best friend was having his naming ceremony. That one is free. but it's my best friend. Now I have to decide what time will do for me. Will I use time for money or time for relationship? I have to say that otherwise. 2 hours money, 2 hours relationship. So I decided that it's been my best friend since high school days. Let me go to his naming ceremony. And I get there, and he himself has not come. He does not know that the time I'm giving to him to come and support him for his naming ceremony is money I'm losing somewhere. That is the value of time. So time is very important. When the clock is passing, you have to ask yourself, am I passing? What value am I bringing to time? So consultants most of the time will charge you according to time. They even charge you for wasting their time. Because it is what they have studied that I have to bring to you within time. So in our culture, we have a lot of things that we say in our culture that makes us take advantage of mediocrity. Some of our music, our secular music or our religious music. There's this song that became very popular, and those of you who speak Trini understand. And then I miss one, and then I miss you. See? Very good. The truth is that if you are crying today, if you don't do anything in time to change the situation, tomorrow you still cry. Nothing will change. It's not a guarantee that no condition is permanent. If you don't do anything, that condition is permanent. So what you do with your time is very important. Investing in knowledge is very important. I went with my boss for a meeting some time ago, and we went to consulting. So we got a hint that one of our potential clients had been audited by the GRE. The liability was very huge, and we believe we could do something about it. So we met this financial controller. It was a meeting, and he told us that I cannot meet you guys. You don't book an appointment with me. We told him that just give us 5 minutes of your time. Just 5 minutes. That's all we need. Till I'm busy, guys, you know I need to book an appointment, just 5 minutes. So we came to sit down in 5 minutes. We blew his mind, his knowledge. 5 minutes. The matter was 5 minutes, my boss told me that Ken, it's time. I'm a gentleman, let's leave. And the man was begging us to sit. And we said, no, we have to leave. Guess what? He called us later and we paid dearly for the service that he would have gotten for cheap. Because of time, 5 minutes. How much do you put in your time? I didn't have any, so I can't go into details of kind of what business all of you are doing. But you have to spend time with your customers or your clients. Customers deal with goods. Clients are more services. So you may be in different industries and all of that. You must spend time with your clients or your customers. You must invest in them. You must find out what interests them. It's not just business always as usual and casual. Even when I go on business development, I just don't rush in the scene and start discussing my product and start discussing my business. I want to find mutual interest. I want to find out what excites you, what makes you happy. I want to find out whether we come from the same village. I want to find out your religious background. I want to find out what school you went to. I want to find out some social issues or current issues that are very sensitive to you. I want to find out your family, how your family is doing. And you know, in business, there's a book I recommend to you. It's called The Psychology of Persuasion by Dr. Robert Cialdini. It's one of the powerful books on influence, communication, and persuasion. And in business, these are key things you are going to need. I'll get to that in some time. Dr. Robert Cialdini, Cialdini. It's one of the best books you ever find on communication and persuasion. One of the best books about. I'm going to practice one of you very soon, but let me just go ahead before I come to that. You must invest in your customers. Sometimes you might even just call them to check up on them. You must find out how their kids are doing. And that way they feel they are now part of you. They are a family with you, and they are even now willing to do more business with you. But if it's just business as usual, and once you are done with them, you are gone, then it means that they are not feeling that connection with you. They must see you as someone who is interested in them. Let me tell you one of the tools from the book, The Psychology of Persuasion. If you do with me, let's mention the word joke 3 3 times. So when I say joke, you mention it 3 times. So joke. 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 Let's try again. Joke. 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 What is the name of the white part of an egg? Clap for yourselves. Now reflect. What is the name of the white part of an egg?
White part.
The name of the white part of an egg is called albumin, or egg white. But guess what? Because I had put something in your mind already. I was very good.
Courage. The courage I'm talking about here is courage to tell the truth at all times. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of discipline that you make up your mind that you'll be a credible person, somebody trustworthy. Because let me tell you why it's important. You find out that your value keeps going up in the eyes of people when they know that you are trustworthy and credible. Is that not true? They may not tell you, but they will respect you. Even your colleagues will respect you if they know that you are a truthful person. You know, people like people that are trustworthy and credible. Is that not true? So make it as a discipline. So the first discipline I mentioned was thinking. The second was goal setting, set goals. The third, time management. The fourth, courage to tell the truth. The number 5 is excellent health habits. In fact, write this statement down for me. My number 1 asset for generating income is my health, so that you will always remember that it's an asset. My number 1 asset for generating income is my health. Because God forbid, if your health fails, your income may drop. Is that not true? And when we're talking of health, please just note these 3 things and try as much as possible. It's not easy, but it's not difficult as well. Eat well. You can put in brackets, including taking lots of water. Eat well, including taking lots of water. Sleep well. Exercise well. Just do those 3 things. Did you get that? Eat well, including taking lots of water. Women particularly, they try not to take too much water because maybe if they are going out, they are not sure if the washroom will be nice or if the restroom. You don't know the danger you are doing to yourself. If you talk to any medical doctor, you will realize that you don't take water because you are thirsty. You take water because your body needs it to function properly. Human beings, we are whether 50 or more percent in terms of water. Are you getting it? So for your body to function properly, you need water. So not because you are thirsty. That's why you see a lot of people, why do we have a lot of problems with kidneys these days? If you trace the root of it, is people don't take enough water. That's why you have a lot of kidney diseases and all. It's because they don't take a lot of water. It's very dangerous and very risky. Very, very risky. The number 2 is sleep well. When we're talking about sleep well here, we're talking about you having about 6 to minimum 7 hours of uninterrupted sleep. That's what medical doctors will recommend. Uninterrupted. Because sometimes when you interrupt your sleep, you can wake up in headache. Because when you're sleeping, that's when the body repairs broken cells during the day and things like that. So, but I know even me, that's a challenge for me because I tend to read late into the night. So, but doctors advise that we have about 7 hours of uninterrupted sleep. That's the truth. The last thing is exercise well. When we're talking about exercise well, try to get to the point where you can at least sweat. You can sweat. You know your heart can pump blood properly and things like that. But you find out that because most of the way our environments are built up, people don't feel safe to jog on the road and things like that. But we have the majority of women here, so let me talk to the women. Just get a skipping rope. Or we all have skipping ropes for women. Because all the men look fit, so I won't talk too much about the men. But for the women, you know the truth is, women, don't deceive yourself. Because you are slim doesn't mean you are fit. A lot of people always think, oh, I'm slim, then you are fit. It's not true. I recall that many years ago, the Cocoa House, the elevator was faulty. I don't know if it's been repaired now. And their HR is, I think, on the 6th floor. So most times I don't need HR, I just walk the stairs and go there. You see a lot of slim women hanging on the, like the top floor, fourth floor. People on the staircase. So when you are slim doesn't mean you are fit. Don't be deceived. Get a skipping rope and use it. It's not enough to buy it, use it. And if you want to start, set some target for yourself. Just start with about 500. Hey. No, from 500, I mean, no at once. So you do 100, you stretch your legs. You do another 100, you count 1 to 10. Another 100, you count 1 to 10. But at any point in time, don't do less than 500. Don't. Why is because the other idea is that you want to sweat and you want to be able to let your heart beat well. Let me tell you the danger of not doing exercise. You will start forgetting things very easily. I've seen a lot of young people start forgetting things. They in the office they're telling their colleague, kindly help me call my phone. I don't know where I dropped my phone. At this age, it started calling your phone. What will happen when you get to the age of 70? What if it was a key you left on the fridge? Can they call the key? If you don't exercise, you start forgetting things. If you go and do some research, when you do exercise regularly, it pumps oxygen into your brain, and that helps you for strong memory recall. So you can see people and call their names. Some people, they just see somebody, I can't remember again. Lack of exercise. That's the truth. Recently, for excellent health habits, there's another new acronym. I just told you, eat well, sleep well, exercise well. But there's a new one that doctors are telling us to apply. They call it SLIDE. S-L-I-D-E. The S is sleep. Are you following what I'm saying? Yes. You know, the L is, they believe that learning is also very important. You keep learning. You keep learning. Or you know, apparently we've really not taken learning as, they believe that when you learn, continue to learn, it helps you for very good mental health. So whatever age you get to, don't stop learning. You can even decide to go and just register for graphics, how to do flyers. Are you getting it? It's all learning. The I stands for interaction. They believe that when you interact with people, it helps your mental health. I'm telling you of the new one. They believe that just learning helps you. Interacting. Interacting with other people. They say it's good for your mental health. The D is diet. It talks about the eat well, and then the E is exercise.
A good name is better than what? You have a good name. Oh, as for this person, when he takes it, he brings it back. Oh, we give him. He told us 1 month. By 2 weeks, he's gotten his money. That is how you should do. You should always what? Under promise and what? Over deliver. Don't over promise. You saw what happened to Professor Thomas of Blessed Memory. When he was going for president, he was here promising. But when he came in, he said, hey, when we came in, what is really happening is different from what we said. So under promise and over deliver. Tell somebody under promise and over deliver. The fashion designers are here. You know it will take you 6 days. You tell them it will take you 2 days. And then after the second day, you put your phone on flight mode. If they call you, they can't get you. And after some time, you tell it to them, and you say, oh, I traveled to Accra. Well, you know that what you are not done. Yes, sir.
How do you partner in the church environment?
In the church environment, it is well. You see, in the church environment, you should be led. You understand? That's what I'm going for. You should be led. Bombay. Because there are some people you think that they are the right people to partner with them, but later you realize that they are looking for them. They didn't want to clear you off and take over what you have. So for that one, for church, from where I stand, my father was bishop. And so when it comes to church issues, you should also be led. You understand? At times, get the conversations right. Let it be open about what we want to do for ourselves. If you are coming to sell juice on my premises for my program, where I have over 200 people coming, Okay, it means that you refresh what? My guests. So I don't need to pay for what? Taking care of my guests. Once you come in, they are giving you opportunity to what? To sell. And so if you are selling, you also make sure what? You provide whatever you have with what? At people. Now the second one. Okay, you're a graphic designer. If you have to design for us as a church, it means that we'll try to promote your business so that you can get business work in the church. But as for what we are doing, you have to design for us one for free. It's a form of partnership. You are selling water. Okay, we'll give you a space, come and sell, but make sure at least a pack or two comes to what? Comes to us. Some people even come to them and say, oh, Pastor, okay, let me do your African word for you. When you come to church, just mention us to the church that we are the one responsible for what you wear, so that we can get what? Business. That is how you do it. So you don't need to pay. So you see, when you start church, you don't need to pay money for refreshing your guests. You don't need to. And some people will even come with food. They sell food. Pastor, I want to just mention to the church that this is what I do. Oh, okay, that's fine. So that means that for some of our guest visitors who come, provide food for them at no fee. It's partnership. So you also mention that people get to know them. They also get business. It's a win-win situation. When it gets to the strategic partnerships, I should be very careful when it comes to church. So look for a lot of partnerships. People partner with you, they do this. I remember the first program we did in the universities, around 2015. There was one company, they came to take pictures for us free. It was partnership. So when you start like this, you don't really have money, right? So look for these things that can have a conversation, then strike the conversation very well that they are okay, they know they are very them. This is a clear. So that is how we work it out. So by the time you see, you have a lot of support base around you. This person is doing it, that person is doing it, this person is doing it, that person is doing this, and you realize that you are moving smoothly, you are saving money. Because church work, you have to save money by a lot of issues, because welfare issues can drain the church coffers. And today hospital, today school fees. I know pastors who pay rent for. It's a welfare thing we're doing. Right. Where are we now? Finance. What did I mention? Did the partnerships? Partnerships. What's the first one? Family and friends. The second one? Saving. The third one? Strategic partnerships. Make it strategic partnerships. It should be strategical. Don't just go and get somebody and who even needs your money on top of what? Yes. Strategic. And if you are strategic, it helps you. You want to put your store somewhere, you want to do provisions. Talk to the person there. There was an offer Pastor Mensah gave to the people of New Japan and they didn't accept it. He told them, listen, we are going to give us a discounted land so that your children will have scholarship to come to our university for free. And we said, no, Pastor Cabra, give us money. And today there's nothing like that for them. Sometimes some people don't think about the future. That is how come we say 60% of the people in Africa are young people. And that means that the future we are creating, you need to involve them. And once after some time you are gone and they have to face it. Right, so let's have the right partnerships, right, for the business. I want to talk about soft loans. You should go for soft loans if you know. Maybe you have a business coming in, and once it comes, in 3 weeks' time, you are getting the cash, and you can go for that money, pay them off back. Sometimes the interest rate alone, the Nigerians will buy you that. The interest rate alone, so you go for the money, and it's like you didn't even get anything out of it. Right, so be very discretionary on that. If you are social for loans, for starting, no, it's a loan. You understand? But once the business is growing, operations, things are moving very well, then you can go. You know that you can pay back in a month's time, and they give you the interest rate, and you pay for it to gradually grow the business. 10 minutes. I'm wrapping up. So you see, for your business to do very well, there are a lot of things, but there are 3 things that are very crucial. The first is what? Strategy. The second is what? People. And the third is what? Finance. Let's go over all the points. So under strategy, What are we supposed to do?
You need to have your vision.
Vision.
And your core
Core values. And what again? What's the next one? That's
the
all.
core value can be derived
Objectives.
from
Okay, from three things.
the
Core values.
the work ethics,
The work ethics.
the expectation of directors, and then the expectation of the customer.
Good. That's fine. Yes, that is strategic goals. Strategic goals are very important. Every year, you must have what the strategic and financial and non-financial goals. What do I want to achieve? Right? I want to make 100,000 every month. It's better to have that plan and try what getting close and not just scratch a bit of it. But you know that what is something you are working towards every time. You are working towards.
So
We're doing yes.
Since it's yearly, you can break it down
To quarters.
3 months.
Yeah, quarters.
Quarters,
Yes, quarters.
6 months.
So we are living 100,000 for a year. 100,000 divided by 4. 25,000, right? So you know that January to March, your gain was 25,000. Then you push. So once you get 25,000, look at what you need to do to get that 25,000. If you try and you didn't make 10,000, clap for yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself sometimes. And we want 25,000, we've gotten 10,000, and no money for this, no money for that. Don't be too hard on yourself. Right? We want to win, but don't be too hard on yourself. So financial goals and non-financial goals are very important. We really look forward to have our own office. At the time I asked my team, where do you want us to have an office? We're having the strategy session. It's always good. Okay, I didn't mention strategy session, but let me add up to it. Every organization must have a strategy session at least once or twice a year. Sit with your team. Where are we now? Or where did we come from? Where are we now? Where do we want to go? The next 12 months. And take ideas from them. Right. Okay. So is that all under the first one? Competitive analysis. Don't think that you are the most intelligent person in the world, so you don't want to see what other people are doing. Go and check it out. It's an industry. A lot of people are there. A lot of players are there. Find out what they are all doing and also pick the lesson. Pick the lesson. Because listen, there will come a time. Okay, there will come a time whereby you will be called. They'll put a camera on you. Tell us what is happening in the industry. You don't know what to say. I remember you posted. Please don't record this one. We will send the Korean ambassador to Ghana. His Excellency Yoon. The thing was emotional intelligence. And so we were supposed to go on TV a day before. So around 11 p.m., the man called me. Said, Mr. King, you are telling me to talk about emotional intelligence. I'm not a psychologist. What do you want me to say? I said, well, His Excellency, you see, it's about your experience in working with people. So we want you to really share. It's like, are you sure? So he managed to come. I need to give him the moral support because he will not come. And so the main day of the program, he came, he wrote his speech, and came, read the speech in about 7 minutes. Then he said, ask me question, Ghana, Korea, ask me question. They will come that time where the camera will put on you. What will you say? My very favorite quote says that what you say, right, and how you say it, creates a first-class impression about what? Yourself. What you say and how you say it creates a first-class impression about what? Yourself. So if you are called, okay, we know you are into which industry? Again. Construction. Talk to us. We want to see what you are learning, the competitive analysis, what you are seeing, the news about the industry. Once they see these things or they listen to you talk about it, they're like, you're deep. The next time there's a leadership position somewhere, they want to give it to you. Because you've shown command, control, and authority of what? Over issues in the industry.
So, digital advice for jobs. I just mentioned it that it's targeted at women-led businesses. And then after we take you through it, so the participation, we had 57% being youth, 96.4% women, and then we had some male outliners. Even though we say it's purely for women, we will always have 1 or 2 men, partaking in that. So we had a few of them.
And then under the project, after we are trained them, we provided each enterprise with a free website, and we created a WhatsApp business for them. And then if they already had a WhatsApp, a social media platform that they had already started, we built on that and also gave them another or an additional platform to add to what they already have. So under that project, we trained in total 410 women. And these women are now able to increase and then widen their customer base based on the social media platforms and the website and all that. It's giving visibility to their businesses. And then as for Kabas, I think all of us knew about it, right? The stimulus package. Kabas, how many of us benefited from it? No one benefited from Kabas. You heard, but no one benefited. Really? Okay. So I think that was the intervention from government to support MSMEs that were negatively impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. And I think we dispersed about 523 million in loans and grants to 300,000 businesses. And over 57 of them were loan receivers, while 71% were, those who received the grants were women. So you can tell that from every statistics I gave, women take the chunk of it. Okay. And then we also had GA, Mastercard Foundation COVID Recovery and Resilience Program, which we did name ENCOSWAP. So under that, we dispersed 71 million cedis in grants and loans to 28,169 beneficiaries. And then 51.3% of loan and grant receivers were youth between 18 to 35 years. Out of that intervention, we created 2,400 new jobs and 2,364 MSMEs were trained across 60 districts in entrepreneurship, financial literacy, and small business management. So I'm surprised that none of you did. Because none of you benefited. You see, that's the information gap. Drop closer to the BACs. Okay, this one to Young Africa Works. So this is we are implementing the second phase of this project now. But the first one was called Young Africa Works. Under the project, we focused on job creation through entrepreneurship. And the target was to train 39,000 jobs for young women and men in Ghana. But we even exceeded our targets and created 94,685 jobs for the youth. And then 14,367 businesses were started. 65,298 people were trained. And under the project, 2011 received FDA certifications. Okay, so what do we have doing that you can take advantage of now? We have the YouStart Ghana Jobs and Skills Project. So this is being implemented by 5 institutions. By the GA, we had a mandate to implement the component 2.1 that has to do with entrepreneurship training and the grants, giving support or grants to the trainees. So over the years, we have dispersed 31 million cedis as grants to the youth. This is a youth-based program. And 29,000 people have been trained, 30,000 jobs created, and female grant receivers accounted for 70.53%. And then we have the Ghana Economic Transformation Project. It's a World Bank project, which is also geared towards alleviating the hardship that COVID brought. Yes, but this one, it targets small to medium enterprises. So our categorization of small to medium, now it has changed. But when the program started, then at least you should be employing between 6 to 30. So 6 to 30, and your annual turnover should be a minimum of 180,000. Then you are classified as a small enterprise. And then for a medium enterprise, then you should be employing between 30 to 99, and your annual turnover a minimum of 7.2 million to 21.6 million. So that's our classification, but now I think we have reclassified. So it's either or. So you are either qualifying with your employee strength or with your annual turnover. Or if you have both, all the better. And then you change your financials for 3 years. So once you have these two basic things, you are good to go. And the good news is that it is still open. The portal is still open, we are taking applications. So every now and then, you hear in the news that GA is giving so much to MSMEs. It's under the Ghana Economic Transformation Project. We have one for the youth. So if you are a youth and you are in business, or you know a youth that is doing well in their business, that is also open and we are taking applications. So for the youth, at least they should be employing between, even if it's 3 or 4, and they make an average of 100,000 a year. They are in every district assembly. When you go to every district assembly and ask for the PAC, we are either located in the assembly or very close to the assembly. And then you can access all of the services that we need or we have to provide. So, thank you. If you have any questions, I'm here for you.